So JetBlue is trying to solve really two problems. One, and the focus is primarily on the main reservation support team. So when you call 1-800-JetBlue or you send in an email, there's really two things. One, they wanted to figure out how to drive innovation around showing that they know who you are as a customer. So when you contact JetBlue, they have a single view and history of all the communications that happen. So imagine you send an email one day, you pick up the phone the next day, that person on the phone sees that whole history of all that communications in a single place.
Do they know what was said in those conversations? Obviously, do they pull the whole? Let's say I have an email chain. Do they pull the whole thing? Do they see my search history when I've gone on JetBlue.com? And what do they learn from that? Do they learn that I'm a pain in the rear, or do they learn that I'm a frequent, business class customer and I ought to get special treatment? What do they learn?
I think that great customer service is about demonstrating empathy and knowing your individual situation. So, for example, let's say you're traveling for a big family event. They can make a note and say, hey, this person's traveling for a wedding. Or let's say you're on a business trip, to your point. The idea is that their crew members, the more that they know about who you are, they can then deliver and surprise and delight you, hopefully with an exceptional customer service experience, so that they know that you're a frequent traveler, you're a part of their True Blue program, you're a Mosaic customer. Right. It's really about knowing who they are.
Well, God bless them for surprise and delight, because that's not a phrase that I've heard very often with respect to air travel.
That's very common now in this.
Right?
In Silicon Valley,
surprise and delight.
Consumer services, yes, surprise and delight. Well, yes, you hear that a lot. How does it, as a consumer, how does it feel to me? Do I notice it? What's the effect on me when I call in, complain, do whatever?
I think it's that they're spending time actually focused on you, as opposed to spending time looking through various different systems to try to understand your particular situation.
Will I notice?
I think the things that you'll notice is, and I'll give you an example. So a couple of years ago, they had someone actually make a comment on social media saying that they were taking a trip to the World Wrestling Federation Championship, and they wanted to hear a song when they actually got on the airplane. And when that person showed up at the gate that day, JetBlue was basically playing this theme song for one of their wrestlers and had a big welcome sign for that customer.
Go ahead, Marcus.
I want to compliment you on two things. This is Marcus. Number one, I love the fact that you guys understand that dispute resolution is a time management game, and you're giving the company the ability to manage it in real time. But I think what I want to point out, and correct me if I'm wrong, this is also a data mining tool. This is a marketing and a data mining tool where you're collecting information and remarketing, retargeting to those customers that have a preference or a passion or a problem.
It's not a data mining tool, to be honest. It's actually just a customer service platform. It's a place to put all of your customer service communications in one place.
And so you're not collecting data?
We have the history of all your communications that you're having with JetBlue, with the idea being that we can provide a better level of service. Like, I think that everybody, when you experience a challenge or an issue, one of the things is, by knowing who you are, by knowing what you're dealing with, you can then get a better customer service experience. So it's really about that knowledge and empathy that you can deliver.
Hey there, thanks for checking out CNBC on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of the day's biggest stories. You can also click on any of the videos around me to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.